Welcome to the last series of the day in the Gfinity StarCraft Sunday Cup. We have the finalists here. They have fought hard through a very stacked bracket. I mean, there weren't a huge number of players. We started in the round of 16, but because of that, every single best of 3 was really close. And as a result, we have two tremendous players already playing in a fantastic finals here and spawning in the 9 o'clock position on Bridgehead as the red Protoss player. He plays for Team Millennium and goes by the name Lilbow. His opponent spawning in the right-hand side, representing Team Acer and defeating Roots Hydra 2-1. How many of you thought that was going to be a procession? Ladies and gentlemen, one of my favorite players, an all-round fantastic guy. It's Acer's Bly. The problem is, Lilbow's also really cool. I don't actually have favorites between these two, but I do love Bly to bits. If I had to put my life on the line, I would go Lilbow's way. But we'll see. I think Bly is more than capable of taking games off anyone on a good day. We have some predictions in chat. Looks like predominantly coming from people who've been wrong with their predictions so far. But I have a feeling that maybe not this time. Bly doing just a little bit of scouting to see if there's any proxy action coming in from the Protoss player. There will not be. The gateway is going inside the main base. And don't forget, Lilbow has already just played a game where we basically see what he does with his building placement on this map. Someone asking, where can I find the brackets? I can go ahead and paste them in for you here. I've been streaming most of the day and actually didn't have time to go ahead and set up a bot to have people see the brackets. But there you go. If anyone asks, do me a favor. Please paste it so that I don't have to. Don't want to alt-tab out of the game too much. We have 6 Zerglings coming out initially from Bly. And we have an entertainingly placed hatchery, ladies and gentlemen. Be very, very quiet. This is interesting indeed. Wow. Bottom left-hand position, so not too close to his opponent. Not too far. It's definitely not the kind of position you would expect a Protoss to be able to scout. Now, don't forget, Lilbow expects Bly to take this base. It is very difficult initially for Lilbow to scout this base. Overlords conveniently go over cliffs. Probes do not. So if there's a queen here to stop a probe, that makes it really tough for Lilbow to scout. He just assumes that this is where the natural goes. No, the natural is going here, and we have shenanigans on the way, ladies and gents. Super fast burrow. This is going to be hype, hype, hype. I mean, it could also just end up flat, absolutely flat-faced, but I love that funky stuff is happening here. This is really cool. These Zerglings just trying to get as much damage done on the rocks as possible right now. It looks like a probe is coming in potentially as a replacement blocker so that this Zealot can move out a little further and basically fight off those Zerglings. So that's going to limit the amount of damage that can do. We have a queen coming out here and only roaches coming forth from Bly at this point in the game. What has Lilbow scouted? Niet. Oh, this probe! This probe needs to die! The probe sees a roach warren. I think that might be enough to get him to trigger into scary mode. Yeah, that's... okay. Lilbow knows what's coming now, but we have got Zerglings working down the back rocks as well. So if this attack doesn't work, I wonder if Bly's going to be able to swing around the other way. Zealot goes down. The Zealot that was in the wall goes down here. And the second Zealot should go down as well, I believe. That gets taken out. And we have Burrow now being used to heal up these roaches. The sentries... oh, needs to be careful with that roach. Good amount of micro there. And a queen actually coming out as well. That's going to be very, very frustrating for the Mothership Core here. And the pylon. If Warpgate doesn't get finished, that could be really problematic, actually. And Bly can't quite get in right now. He needs to move in and try and take out this pylon. That stops Warpgate from getting finished. I don't think he'll quite be able to. Warpgate so close to completion, but he has got roaches inside the main base. Transfuse on one of the roaches, and these roaches are inside the main. This is unbelievable coming out from Blind Game number 1. This pylon is pretty crucial as well. 2 of the gateways are powered by it. They go down. It's only a 2 gateway... No, 1 gateway defense now. Photon overcharge goes down, but look at the amount of damage. If these roaches just move to the natural expansion, they're going to do so much damage. Oh god, the lings are in as well. This is chaos. Absolute chaos. And Lilbow is in disarray. He hasn't lost yet. Bly is doing this off of his 1 base plus no drones mining at this crazy extra base he's got over here. So this game is far from over, but it's certainly been taken a very big unexpected twist. And in Lilbow's case, for the worst, I think this Nexus goes down. This Nexus goes down. There are too many roaches here, actually. Way too many roaches here. He can't get through them and get over here before that finishes. So we now have a 1 base Protoss versus a 2 base Zerg. Supply is currently 54 to 31. And the worker supply 20 to 19. These roaches need to pull back. I think they're trying to do too much. The SimCity here is too good for Lilbow right now. What's going on over here? Imagine if the cybernetics core gets picked off as well. If you get these 2 pylons, that would be mega. He's actually just bunching the roaches together. I think Bly's in a good position, and maybe he's trying to finish the game off slightly too quickly here. I don't know. He's killing off more workers, and he's still doing good damage, but he doesn't need to be taking this much damage right now. And that's really what concerns me. He needs to get out of there with these roaches. If he picks off another pylon, that's great. He might as well try. But I think he lost too many units trying to do too much in the last 30 seconds of that attack. And, you know, that's like really faint criticism considering how amazing this attack worked out for him. This is impressive. So don't forget, Lilbow scouted that the roaches were coming, saw the first couple of roaches in the danger zone, messing around at the front. The Zerglings popped by at the back, and this is a good example of how Bridgehead just allows for new dynamic ways of playing. These Zerglings will not do anything. They need to get back. I will straight up call this now. You don't really need to do much with these Zerglings. Although, where's the rest of the army? Hang on. Is Karma about to prove me wrong? No. Okay. So, a couple of Zerglings die. You lose a little bit of shield from the warp gate. Not that impressed. These roaches are being micro to perfection. So many of these sentries are going down as well. 28 drones to 21 probes right now. If that photon cannon goes up, actually, that's problematic. So if he kills off with these roaches a couple more of these sentries, these 2 would be delicious right now. Oh, I like that this one roach is trying to get them to move back, and he does! He saves all of these roaches as a result. These roaches need to move. Unburrow, run, unburrow, run. Well, it was a great idea. I promise you it was a great idea, guys. If he did that like a second and a half earlier, that would have been sick. Sack 1 roach, save 6. That would have looked so good. As it stands, that was kind of messy. But, you know, it's the thought that counts, right? Anyway. Drones being pulled from the nether regions of this base, and they are moving back home. The official natural expansion is now being retaken. And Bly, well, he's on layer tech now as well. What kind of tech have we got from the Protoss? Haha, tech, you say? There is no tech here. We are in the Stone Ages. One burrowed Zergling means that this Nexus cannot be retaken. Such pain. Such pain. This is basically a 4-gate attack now that Bly has to hold. And you know number of roaches on the field, 7? But they're out in no man's land, and there are a sizable number of stalkers moving up into the main base right now. This counterattack is the only thing that stands between Bly and a super comfortable position. And it's very much standing between Bly and a super comfortable position. Is this how Bly loses this game? Oh, God. Oh, God. Alright, he's back with the roaches now. Okay, and the recall gets... Just for a second, I was thinking, no, is this really going to happen? But with the 2 queens in support, this should be okay. That is actually a hairy moment for Bly there. And a couple more roaches getting lost out in the middle of the map. Oh, hopefully... no, they are hanging around the burrow. So he knows that something might be up there. Has Lilbow scouted the bottom left? He has. But he's just going for it now. He really wants to end this ASAP. And who can blame him? If Bly is able to fend off this attack, he basically wins the game. But fending off this attack is not necessarily trivial. I mean, that is a lot of Protoss, guys. Where are Bly's units to fend this off? He has 8 roaches and 2 lings. 8 roaches and 2 lings will not beat this army. Spoiler alert, that doesn't happen. If he walks all over the roaches, takes out the lair while they're burrowed and healing. Well, yeah, that's great. Look, these spine crawlers, they're not going to be able to help in this attack. This is the only way Bly can lose this game, and, I mean, this is really difficult for Bly to defend. What is he going to do against an army this big? It's inside his base. The lair is about to go. He's got 4 more roaches on the way, but the spawning pool is getting taken down now as well. Okay, and if this army successfully wins, right, great. Burrow, good, but he's going to have to micro like a madman. He's got 2 queens to help out now as well. Great transfuse actually to start things off. And there is another queen that just popped at the hatchery. This might end up being the turning point. But a lot of the roaches have gone down now. Not continuing to burrow micro. They're just needing to get them as much DPS down as possible. Still a lot of stalkers alive. But this force is visibly whittled down compared to before. He's moving into the natural expansion now. Not even killing off the lair. He knows he needs to kill this ASAP. The roach warren going down now as well. And this... GG! That's it! And a crazy game number 1 on Bridgehead, ladies and gentlemen. And Lilbow takes the first game from Bly. What a mad game that was. But very, very entertaining start to the finals. Lilbow currently 1-0 up in this best of 3.